The use of sound has been around for as long as man has been on the planet. It has been used to communicate with one another, to heal, in ceremonies, to express yourself, and many, many other uses. For myself, especially with my first psychic perception being clairaudient, sound has played a huge part of my journey. So today I'm thrilled to have a special guest on who I'm also honored to call a friend with some sound to share with us today. Her name is Melody Jaine. Melody is a sound alchemist, ceremonialist, and shamanic practitioner. For the past 15 years, she has been immersed in the study of all things energy, music, spiritual healing, sound healing, metaphysics, astrology, and shamanism. Throughout her epic journey of healing and self-discovery, it was the use of Sanskrit mantra and her Kundalini Yoga training that changed her life. Understanding of the body, the three minds, and the physiology of the breath, the gut, and the nervous system was truly mind-blowing. She learned that through intentional, conscious direction of prana throughout the body, you can absolutely transform your health and quality of life. Intention is everything. You must change your thoughts to change your life. Through her work, she brings awareness to the shadows and the layers that keep you from feeling connected to your own divine nature and innate gifts. Among her 13 different spiritual healing modality certificates tucked away in her toolbox, the technology of Kundalini Yoga, breath work, and the conscious use of sound as medicine became her focus. Come along on this transformative and healing journey to freedom, joy, and a deeper purpose and embodiment of the divine in your everyday life. Welcome, Melody. I'm so excited to have you here on this auspicious day and these auspicious energies that we are all feeling today. So welcome.
Thank you so much, Teresa. I'm so excited to be here on this beautiful new moon, eclipse, new beginning, new earth. It's just a magical day. So I'm so excited to be here with you.
Yeah, we're within I guess about an hour or an hour and a half or so of actual new moon. Is that correct? I think it is. It's like within an hour or an hour and a half or something.
About 3 hours from now. I think it's 2:28 my mountain time. So
okay.
A few hours from now, but there's so much happening, and Venus and Jupiter coming together today too, just an hour after that. And yeah, it's very exciting.
It is super exciting. And so I want to really share with my listeners the auspicious energy of today and how this specific transmission and the energy of this episode that's coming through, you're going to be able to feel all the positive vibes, all the energy, all the support for wherever they're at in their journey. And that's what we really want to work on today, is talking a little bit about your journey, Melody, of how you really moved into working with sound, mantras, the Kundalini Yoga that opened you up. And so I would like to start there with just share a little bit about your journey of how you came into what you're offering at this current moment.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you. It's been a long journey. I originally started out in 2008 with Pluto. When Pluto moved into Capricorn, I'm a Capricorn, and I was like, I'm going to be an astrologer. And I started my healing journey and just, studying about metaphysics and astrology. Started out basically. And I've always been musical. Like, I played piano my whole life. I was singing before I could talk. But with Cancer rising, I'm super, super shy. And it's been a journey to even get myself to put myself out there. But so I started studying astrology, and, as you know, it's where I met you in Hawaii with Maurice, the River Stars Conference. And throughout all my journeys and trips with Maurice and studies and Miguel Angel, I've had a Mayan birth chart reading, and I kept getting told, you're a healer, you're a healer, you're a healer. And so, you've chosen a life of service. So I finally accepted this fate and realized, astrology. And I was doing lots of other studies and spiritual healing modalities, and just, opening up to all of the, just about energy, and learning about the body, the aura, the chakras. And I realized I'm here to, I have chosen life of service to help humanity. And it's all about raising the consciousness and bringing awareness to your wounds, your samskaras, your subconscious. And then I kind of did embarked on my shamanic studies in 2015, 16-ish. And that was life-changing. And I lost my job, and I was, building a healing retreat in the country. And I'm like, never been not worked a day in my life. So I had the most amazing year of my life, but soon entered into the dark night of the soul for a few years there, and was really hustling and trying to get all of my gifts out there and have clients coming. But it was a struggle, the economy here at the time. And then I did my Kundalini training at the same time. And I thought, that's crazy. Why would I do that? I have enough on my plate. But just working with the Kundalini, the yogic philosophies, and understanding the minds, the three minds, and the physiology of how powerful the breath and prana. And then I was doing mantras myself before I did my training. And it really opened things up for me, realizing that everything we say is creating, a current of energy. So working with mantras, it's very powerful, and it's totally changed my life. I worked with the Ganesh mantra first, which removes all blocks. And, I was a heavily drug addicted person. I had a lot of addiction issues in my life, and just going through the healing and realizing, as I healed myself, this is the only way for freedom, is to become self-aware. And we're all addicted to something. So I really want to focus on helping people with addiction. Like, I'm still working on my sugar problem here, like sugar addiction. But it really does bring freedom, and you're breaking through, and when you're using the breath, and you're consciously using the breath in the body, you're breaking through the three gates and the bandhas, breaking free of the human attachment, and really coming into, like union with your higher self, and awakening the Kundalini, as you will call it, once you get to open these chakras and open the heart, which is really the key and the secret of everything. And my Instagram is the medicine cave, and it refers to the cave being the heart of us. And that's where all our medicine and our gifts lie. And if you don't access the heart and get in there, you're never going to really open up to your purpose, is my belief. So I'm really focused on like opening the heart, and all of my crystal bowls and a lot of my tools are really divine, feminine, heart focused. And so accessing that is a true gift. It's changed my life. So I'm very passionate about sharing all of the simple wisdoms. And then the music, when I sing and play music, it just brings joy. When you're in creativity, it just opens you up to joy, and then you're in this higher frequency of emotions, right? So and just play. And I think we all know, like, art therapy is really huge lately. Just tapping into your creative, juices, and allowing them to come out, and it's magical what can happen. So now I'm working with sound mainly, working with the shamanic studies that I did. We're working with the plant medicine, and we learn the ikaros, the plant medicine songs, and I use those in my healing practice, as well as the mantras. And they have as well a very strong vibration for healing. And it's really opened my awareness to, like, I've always wanted to sing, but just been very shy. And in 2017, I discovered my purpose is to heal through song. Like, there's something about, that the human voice is the most powerful tool, a musical tool on the planet. So we all have the ability to heal ourselves just by even humming in the body. Releases nitric oxide, which is a relaxant for your cells, and it also stimulates oxytocin, the love molecule. So just doing simple ohms, connect you into your heart. And Om is a sacred seed Bij mantra, which is the frequency of the universe and the heart of the Mother Earth. And it's the frequency of all of the galaxies resonate to Om, actually. So just doing Om will really connect you and ground you and open you. Like, just breathing into the belly and grounding is very, very important, especially nowadays, with all of the cosmic energies that we're experiencing in the ascension.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and why don't you do a couple ohms for the listeners and let's us
Sure.
ground and just kind of, dig into that for a moment.
Beautiful. I would love to. So Om is a three-part mantra. It's Aum. And I always like to start all of my sessions with three long ohms, just to connect all of the hearts of people in the room, connect your heart with the heart of Mother Earth, and connects you with the entire cosmos. So I always bring the hands into prayer pose, because you're surrendering, you're merging your masculine, feminine, and coming into honoring spirit. So just close the eyes down, inhale deeply into the belly, exhaling with a sigh and releasing, and just drop a grounding cord from the base of your spine deep into the earth. Each exhale sending it deeper and connecting to the core of the earth. And we'll just do one long Om together. So inhale deeply, exhale, and inhale for one long Om. And inhale deeply. And exhale, relax. Yeah.
That felt
Feels
really great.
nice. Yeah.
Good way to start on this auspicious day. And I know for myself and a lot of people, other people I've been talking to lately, that the energies are just really off the rails, and it's a good time for accessing any type of ways to heal. And through sound, like you said, is so profound with the fact that I can do an Om myself, or I could hum, or I can tap into music that I enjoy, or go to a sound bath journey, which actually I'm doing a little bit later on today. I'm going to one in person. I know you're offering one or
Nice.
two today too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah. So
Lovely.
yeah, such a great time to do that. So I'd like to talk a little bit more about the energies of today, because not only is there a new moon and eclipse, but there's also the Jupiter Venus conjunction. So would you like to share a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah. The Venus, Neptune, Jupiter, Mars is close behind, all in Pisces. We have this little Pisces party, um, which is beautiful. I mean, Pisces is pure unconditional love, and it's the mystical. It's like everything that is. It's nature. It's the sign of music and creativity, and it's the deep waters, right? The stillness of the oceans, and Venus and Jupiter coming together. I think this is kind of like a graduation for us to embody this feminine energy that we've gone through, like the birth canal. I hope we're through. We've kind of gone through that transformation time of 2020 and the just deconstruction of everything, but we're just coming into so Mars and Venus have been traveling together. They were together for like 2 months. That was like epic. And like the Venus retrograde thing in January was really rough for me personally as a Capricorn, but it was really like helping us to become aware of our patterns, the old patterns that need to fall away and that we need to heal. Any codependency, like I personally am here to heal codependency as a Pluto and Libra generation. Love is not and outside of us, it's within us. It is here. It's just someone, you don't need someone standing there to feel these feelings. Like divine ecstasy is at your reach within your heart once you access that heart. But so Venus, Jupiter, it's kind of like, and Mars is going to come up shortly after. So it's kind of like we're this beautiful new moon in Taurus is like the most sensual and embodied of the signs, the first earth sign. It's very feminine, and Scorpio is also feminine. So it's all about coming into the embodiment. We're like really bringing in those divine feminine light codes we've been getting slammed with for the last month, or the last couple of weeks have been really intense with solar flares and all the higher energies coming at us that the planet's never experienced before, right? Like, and the Earth has been in the solar minimum for the last couple of years too, which we're receiving all the cosmic light It's very, very high. And we're in this ascension, right, into 5D, which is all about unity and wholeness and you know, acceptance, and like we're leaving duality behind. There's no right or wrong, there's no good or bad, there's no judgment, like so it's a beautiful time, like to open up to your own self, your own perfection and beauty within each of us. And so the Mars Venus thing was all about merging and coming into wholeness within ourselves first, right? Like that's, and then you can meet your soul partner, and once you're whole and complete within yourself, you meet your soul union, who's also just there to meet you and support you, which is like a beautiful, beautiful thing. There's lots of soul unions happening now, and not just like love, you know, like partners, but you know, work partners, collaborations, friendships, beautiful star family coming through. I'm finding I've met of so many amazing new women in my life, and it's really feeling, yeah, like just coming into the body. So that's what the whole ascension, I believe, is all about, is us activating our light bodies, but still having our physical body, like illuminating our physicalness into, you know, opening up to the Christ consciousness, the light that is within us. And just being that light, like just the being is hard enough for people. The feminine principle is hard to, we're navigating this new way of being, right? Instead of like driving and going and do and goals. And it's just like the feminist, like just be and allow and attract and, you know, manifest and magnetize, you know, your desires to. So it's a new time. It's a new way of being. It's a new earth. It's very exciting. It's kind of an experiment, right? For humanity, it's just an epic time to be alive.
I totally
But yeah,
agree
it's all
with
about
you.
loving the self, loving all the parts of you, loving the shadow and all the yucky and all the beautiful parts.
Mhm. Well, and I think that's the thing too that's interesting, is that as we all awaken, because there's not a soul on the planet that is not awakening to some degree, depending upon where they're at consciously, right? But it's how are you embracing that? And also as you go through the different aspects of spirituality and metaphysics, etc., but also making it practical, because I'm always about making it practical, because like, you know, not everyone has the ability or maybe wants to, you know, go out and explore Kundalini Yoga or, you know, doing mantras or whatever. So, but there are ways that we can make it practical within our daily life that might be something that we want to share with the listeners. So, are there any practical ways that you bring forth what you're doing, Melody, into your daily life that have helped you shift things and helped you really stay grounded day to day?
Yeah, you know, gratitude is the biggest one. And acceptance. Because I'm sure we all have had plans for our life or goals we wanted to reach, and you know, everything is in its right time. We all bloom at a different time, and just being grateful for what you do have and all of the gifts that are within you, and just the beauty of nature. I'm like, nature is my medicine. Like I am very connected to the elements and the birds and just nature, all the messages from signs from nature, even just the clouds. I have a love affair with the clouds. Let me tell you, I'm in love with the clouds and the trees. Grounding is very important. Just a practical, just get out and outside and, you know, soak in the sunlight and give gratitude for that sun every day when it rises. And gratitude is a very powerful frequency, and it really opens you up to all of the higher emotional states of being. You know, once you start working on a gratitude daily practice, can really open you up to so much abundant joy. I mean, you really need to cultivate joy. It's one of my taglines. It's like, cultivate joy, because it's available to us all, right? Happiness is a choice. You can choose to be happy just for one day. Like I go back to the Reiki principles, just for today, you know, don't worry, just for today, like, be happy. And it takes practice, because the mind, you know, it gets trapped in the past and shame and guilt, and it worries about the future. It's like, anytime you're in a lower vibrational emotional state, it's because you're trapped in the constraints of time, right? The body is always in the present moment. And so just grounding and breathing into the body 3 times, and just that will, and just grounding is so important. I don't think people realize how much the earth helps us, because she's also going through these ascension frequencies and just helping us to disperse the negative energy and the ions that we're collecting. Like people don't realize, take on all kinds of energy throughout our day. So energy hygiene is a whole other topic, but
we can go on for that. That could be like chapters after chapters after. There's so much totally about energy. But I love that, being grateful, because that's something that everyone can access. And it's funny because just this morning I was talking to Tom, and he was bringing up a subject of something is going on right now in the world. And I was like, okay, so, you can either dive into that, or you can, for us, like I hold a higher perspective of like, how much is that going to affect my life? Maybe a lot, or how much am I allowing it to affect my life? Because I'm here to do some other things in the world versus just being, affected by everything else that's really going on. And so for myself, it's really understanding that, yes, if I get out and I today go outside and I'm in nature and enjoy the air and, what's around me, that can help me shift that and really just stay present with what else is going on in the world. Because every day there's something going on. It's funny because like I know people that are like, oh, this is the worst time to be alive. I'm like, dude, no. I mean, think back like a couple hundred years, a couple thousand years. No, this is a fabulous time to be alive. We are so abundant. And it's funny, Mel, is that when I find the most abundance, I kid you not, it's really strange, but when I'm going through Costco, I go through Costco and I'm like, oh my God, I am so grateful. Look at this abundance. And we have how many Costco's in America and around the world? It's like, I mean, and that might seem funny or weird, but sometimes I go, damn, I am so grateful. We are just living in an abundant time. And so all this lack and all this, we're going to, this is going to be coming. It's like, people really, I mean, you can have an abundant life. So being grateful is a great way to start each day. I'm with you.
Absolutely. I think about that all the time too. And there's a lot of waste, but I focus on like, there's so much available to us, and it's where you put your focus. I really try hard to. I also don't watch the news. I don't listen to what's happening. I know everything's perfect and the divine plan is unfolding as it needs to for civilization to collapse, for us to rebuild. It's like, this is Pluto. I've just lived through it. So I'm like, I'm loving Pluto now. I love you, Pluto. It's like death and rebirth, like, destroy everything. That's like, we want to rebuild in a new way, like with this, with our own authority and our own intuition and our own knowing. And that's the age of the Aquarius, is what it's all about. It's like, it's not about the external authorities. It's about our own, because our heart, we have this beautiful, sacred, vast place within us. It's connected to everything. The law of one, we are all connected. Everything is perfect in every day. And if you're just present, and the more time you can spend in gratitude and creativity and music and praying and meditating, it's just gets you into the present. So you're not, festering about tomorrow or last week and all that stuff. So
or what you just heard on the radio or on the news or whatever, right?
I'm here to like anchor the light in the new earth. I really feel like a lot of people I know are involved in the, in the rallies and protesting, and that's great. I mean, there's definitely some of our freedoms being taken away here in Canada, but I don't want to get caught up in the negative, and the frenetic and anger. And it's like, I'm holding the light over here, and I'm going to be focused on the goal, the prize. And I'm just going to be like, you have to be the change, right? That's what Gandhi always said. So I'm just being love and being light and being abundant, just trying to like it, but it does take work. I mean, obviously, self-doubt and all this stuff, but now I've heard like the 5D timeline, you have to really watch your vibration, and we're manifesting instantly, and everything you're thinking, it's manifesting instantly. So we are really realizing that we are co-creating with spirit, like our life. So what do you want your life to be? Focus on that, and believe in yourself. and love yourself. And just like, what else have you got to lose, really? I mean, you only have one life here this time. So just shoot for the stars, right? And shoot for the moon and you'll land among the stars.
Oh, I love that. That's really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been really focused lately a lot on the fact that all that my soul, because as a soul, I never die. So I've been here before, I'll probably be here again, or I'll go somewhere else or whatever, but I never die. I'm just experiencing this lifetime right now. But all that I've put together to be right here, right now, that to me is like profound. And if each person that's listening to this can think about that and just think about what, like when you mentioned your life, how much you've been through and what you've experienced, it's like, okay, well, that's this lifetime. And if you look back to all the other lifetimes to get you right here at this moment, it's pretty damn awesome. I mean, I got chills on it. It's exciting.
It is the miracle of life. Yes. And also asking for help is a big thing people don't do, from our guides and angels and a spirit, like helping. There's so many ascended masters like Kuan Yin, like Buddha. They're all there waiting for us, archangels. And they're there to help us, So I've been playing around with this, and like miracles can happen. Angels are powerful. Like they can pull strings. Like you don't even need to know how it happens. Just ask for help, and just, intention is everything. That's what I'm coming down to, is like what I keep coming back to, is like intention is everything, especially with the sound frequencies. Like, put your intention, stay positive, and these high frequency sound currents will send it into the ethers, right? And, we're working with the law of attraction, the law of vibration. It's going to come back to you. Whatever you're putting out, it's coming back. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I want to share a story about, without a doubt, girl.
And the Pisces is infinite potential, right? It's like the omnipotent presence of magic. And it's a very exciting time. Yeah.
Without a doubt. And so calling in all that help, our personal team of helpers, as well as the angelic field and all the other beings that are helping. It's massive of what the other side is doing and supporting us at this time, especially getting through all this. But I want to tell you a story about angels, and then I want you to share some of your angelic sounds with us. So I go out to this camp out in Iowa every year, and in the kitchen area before we eat, we do like a sound circle, right? So I was outside the kitchen one time, and I came in, and they were already in the midst of the sound circle. And girl, I kid you not, I heard angels singing. I have never, and I'm so filled with chill, I say that I've never in my whole life heard that before, but I heard the angels singing. It was the most amazing experience. I was so blown away. So we're back to sound, and just that sound of it, either it being angelic or it being of a beautiful instrument or whatever, but it can be so transformative. I mean, I was like just totally blown away. So I would love for you now to blow us away with some. I know, no, it was crazy. I mean, just to this day, when I say it, and I remember, I'm like, because I walked in, I was like, I am hearing angels, because it was way more, and it was just expansive compared to what the 10 or 20 that were in the circle singing. So super cool.
Wow.
Back to sound, love sound.
Yeah, and it's even in the Bible. In the beginning there was the Word. So the word is everything. The sound, I mean, the whole universe was created with the Om vibration, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. With that, I will lead into a little bit of an activation for us today.
Ooh, I got chills on that. Go for it, girl.
Ooh, we got Venus, Jupiter. It's beautiful. Beautiful alignment today. So I use the planetary hand chimes, and each frequency, has its own medicine. Like we're working with Venus, Jupiter, that's love, that's expansion, that's, higher beliefs and self-worth. But each harmonic creates a different response in the body. So this is the interval of a sixth. And the alchemy of the sixth is the fire rising to heaven. So we're working with the elements as always. We are elemental beings, vibrational beings. Let's bring spiritual vision. It uplifts the mood. It activates the pineal gland to release visionary molecules. It really brings us into some limitless inspirations. And I always work with the mantras. Just receive. I'm going to sing a little Gayatri mantra, which is the mantra of gratitude. It's a universal prayer. Om Bhurvasva Tatsaviturvaraniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhurvasva Tatsaviturvaraniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om. Inhale deeply and exhale with a sigh. This is the new moon and Om frequencies. This is opening new pathways, connecting us deeply to our central nervous system. The new moon connects us to the grandmother energy. It's like getting a hug from your grandmother for all of your cells. And this is the interval of a third, which is fire descending to earth. And this frequency stimulates lymphatic drainage. It helps us to stay motivated and brings us focus. It balances the diaphragm, the respiratory circulation, and improves sexual drive, helping us to get motivated and focus on our goals. It's also balancing the nervous system, which is the most important thing that sound does, is like tuning us to the current energies and balancing our nervous system so that we're not in the fight or flight. We're in a receptive state of being and allowing, and that's the only time the body can heal, when it's in the feminine, receptive yin placement. And I have a beautiful, my latest beautiful toy is a harp, or my sound tool. And it's tuned to 432. It's tuned to the 432 hertz, which brings us into the heart. I want to sing a little mantra for creation. So this is one of the oldest mantras. It's the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. And it was given by Shiva to his son for immortality. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mritchora Mukshiyam Amritat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mritchora Mukshiyam Amritat. Om practicing on that one, working with the heart. But and it's got a butterfly, mariposa, for transformation.
Lovely, Mel. That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you. It's so fun.
Well, this has been an amazing journey with you today, Melody. I appreciate you so much for coming on and sharing your beautiful voice, your sound, your amazing instruments that you use. And I will have all of the ways that people can get a hold of you through Instagram, your YouTube. I'll have that in the show notes. And you guys can check out Mel and her offerings and what she's doing and the transformations she's starting to move into, because we're all kind of in this space of the new that is arising, correct?
Yeah, the limitless possibilities. Who knows? I'm open and I've surrendered. Just like, show me, where you want me to be. You want me to travel the world, play music? Okay.
I'm on board. Give me the ticket.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's been so fun to share with you and to see you and chat. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to get out there more, be seen, because I'm ready to see myself in full expression of my awesomeness. So
well, you go, girl. You are sharing it.
We're limitless.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you, Mel. Take care of yourself, girl.
You too. Thanks, sister.